yeah, with that, let's give a round of applause to Sergei.
Hi, everyone. Hope you're enjoying the event. I certainly do. So, do I have the slides? Oh, OK. Yeah, I'm Sergei. I'm at Waku. We are developing a decentralized peer-to-peer communication layer for Web3 applications. So, I think every speaker goes through this experience. Shall I point it to somewhere? Oh, OK. Yeah, so maybe I won't spend too much time pitching, basically preaching to the choir here. As previous speakers have underlined, Web3 communication is not as private as we would like. People heavily rely on centralized RPC providers, and users don't generally want to run nodes or run their own infrastructure, so they generally depend on some centralized party to provide them with their communication needs. And we think that Web3 does need a secure, decentralized communication layer. And for those of you who are old enough to remember, and I've realized actually looking at the Ethereum.org website that it's nearly 10 years, imagine that, since Ethereum launched. So those of you who remember how it was pitched in the beginning, it used to be the case that there were 3 pillars of our decentralized future, and Ethereum, the blockchain that we know and love, is just one of them. The other 2 are Swarm, which was, and still is, a decentralized file storage network, and Whisper, which was designed to be a network for ephemeral peer-to-peer communication. So the Whisper project, unfortunately, didn't go as far, and Waku can be thought of as a successor or spiritual successor to Whisper. Yeah, so Vitalik has referred to Waku. Whisper continues to exist in Waku in his cypherpunk blog post, so we are definitely here trying to make Ethereum and Web3 cypherpunk again, which again very much aligns with the DAC ideology. So I will give a brief introduction to Waku. It is a family of protocols that aims to provide decentralized peer-to-peer censorship-resistant communication. It is used by multiple projects. One of them that some of you might be familiar with is Status, the decentralized messenger. And the project grew out of Status. It's like the same family of projects. But Waku is not designed specifically for Status. It tries to be generalized protocol and generalized network usable for different kinds of applications. So what you can use Waku for, there are quite a few ideas. And we have a special website, ideas.waku.org, where we list a few dozens, I would say, ideas that you can take as inspiration if you want to develop on top of Waku. But most obvious examples include things like chats, messengers, Status being one example, voting and Q&A app. A colleague of mine, Vaslav, recently designed a web app called a voting app or Q&A app called Quaco, based on Waku, that we use internally now. Signing coordination for multi-sig wallets is also an interesting use case, and many, many more. So if you're interested, you are more than welcome to visit this page and see what exists here. And talking about architecture here, so we have in the Waku suite of protocols, Relay, which is the backbone of the network based on top of lib peer-to-peer, and nodes that run the Relay protocol propagate the messages and listen to messages that other nodes propagate. So this is the backbone. And on top of that, we also have optional lite protocols that can be used by resource-constrained devices that we call edge nodes, like mobile phones or in-browser environments that can use this communication functionality without having to relay other people's messages. And for that purpose, we have various protocols, such as Filter, where you can subscribe to a subset of messages that are being relayed. With Lightpush, you can publish a message without being fully connected via Relay. And with Store, you can query historic messages that you've missed while you were offline. And this is, again, a very simplified diagram, which, press something. OK, so a very simplified diagram which shows that we have Alice and Bob here who are connected with the Relay protocol, and they form the backbone of the network, here highlighted in yellow. Of course, there are other nodes in the network, just not shown there for simplicity. And Charlie is an edge node who communicates with Alice via store, requesting some historical messages. And Charlie also communicates with Bob, requesting Bob to publish some messages on Charlie's behalf to the network. Now, I should also notice the quite an innovative thing that we're using here for spam prevention. So obviously, if we have a decentralized network that anyone can join, we face the problem of spam. So bad actors can theoretically come and spam the network. And to counteract or to defend against this, we use a zero-knowledge-based technology called rate-limiting nullifiers, or RLN. And the core idea behind RLN is as follows. So if you want to send messages in the Waku network, you have to register with a smart contract. And then with every message that you send, you attach a proof that shows that you own a valid membership at this particular point. So what's crucial here is that we protect the privacy of message senders, and you don't have to reveal your identity or your membership. You just prove in zero knowledge that you own some of the valid memberships without revealing which one you own. And the relay nodes verify these proofs and only propagate messages with valid proofs. We have a few implementations. We have an Waku implementation written in a programming language called NIM. We also have implementations in Go and JavaScript and SDKs in various languages. So if you're interested in integrating Waku in your projects or implementing something on top of that, check out the docs and talk to me, or I can refer you to the documentation or other resources. And Waku is not just a set of protocols. We are very, I would say, specification-based organization. So we write a lot of specs, and we try to be principled in that. So every protocol has a specification, and we develop based on that specification. But on top of just specifications and protocol descriptions and implementations, we have the actual running network that launched in 2023. So this is a concrete instantiation of this set of protocols. It has sharding by topic. It has RLN for spam protection, and it's fully permissionless. Anyone can join it. Finally, I want to outline some research directions. In particular, this research direction that I personally am engaged with. We have a bunch more, but I will just mention here briefly that currently Waku is altruistic, and we're thinking actively of how about how to make it sustainable, how to make it so that it doesn't require on goodwill of node operators to just run these things. And in particular, we're thinking about incentivizing the lite protocols and making it so, first of all, that an edge node or a lite node that uses the services through the lite protocols has some incentive, provides some incentive for the full nodes that serve these protocols. And even more generally, a quite early stage idea, a shameless plug, I'm going to present on this at Protocol Berg tomorrow. So if you're interested, please feel free to attend my talk tomorrow. We're thinking about implementing a service marketplace where independent node providers could provide services to the edge nodes, which would eliminate a common point of centralization, because oftentimes it happens that if an application uses Waku in the background, it still refers the users by default to some centralized service node that is managed by the same app developers. So we don't think it's fully decentralized if implemented in that way, and we want to provide a set of tools to decentralize service provision. Yeah, so with that, basically, I hope you got a general understanding of what we're doing at Waku and how we try to implement privacy-preserving decentralized communication layer that can be used for lots of Web3 applications. Feel free to scan the QR code, check out waku.org to learn more, and please talk to me if you want to learn more about Waku. Thank you.